Okay, so for today's motor vlog, we're gonna do a little bit different. One of my good friends requested that I explain a little bit more about the districts. So for my motor vlogs, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take it district by district. I'm gonna show you guys the route I took ahead of time. It's a circular route through Nha Be. I stay reasonably chatty the whole time, so if you wanna stick around through the entire video, that would be much appreciated. So as you can see now, I am driving outside of the parking garage of my apartment complex. All right, off we go. So I live in Nha Be at the outskirts of Ho Chi Minh City. I'll show you on the map now. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna drive around Nha Be and just ramble on like I usually do. It's been a while since I've done a moto vlog. Had a good ramble. First thing I can show you guys here is they have this little makeshift parking lot because they're constructing finally block A of the apartment complex I live in. You see the construction workers up ahead, which is funny because they got block B, C, D, E, F, G, and K, but they never constructed A. Now they're finally doing it. They're finally constructing block A. It's crazy. Talking about doing things in the reverse order. Okay, so it's Saturday, about 5:30 in the afternoon. I just came back from District 1, shot a few videos. I went to the Metro store, did my camera video. I think it was a little short, I don't know. I haven't checked out the footage yet. So look forward to that in upcoming videos. My buddy Andrew, which you guys have seen before, he's moving. So I took that opportunity to show his $4 million or 4 million VND a month apartment. He's upgrading to an 8 million VND apartment just down the street. So I shot the footage of his old apartments. I think tomorrow I will go down there and do his new apartment. I'll try to include it all in one video. So look forward to that coming up. I was gonna do an announcement video about Vietnam reopening, so I won't say too much about that in case I want to do it later. What you guys are going to see is some good traffic. So I'm going to go into the heart of Nha Be, and we're going to show you the marketplace, the wet market, what they call it. This guy wants to turn, and I want to go straight. There we go. Now I'm going to slow down here if I can. Kind of watching my side view mirrors here so I don't get hit. Wow, I totally did not see that dude on the left in my lane. These apartments have been here forever. I think I'm gonna have to pull over to show you guys. These derelict apartments have been here. I've been in here in Vietnam for almost 3 years, and they've been here as long as I've been here. The signs here says Novaland, which is a very high-end realty company or a developer, construction company. So I'm very curious to what caused them to stop constructing this place, because they're not doing any work. And for as long as I know, or as long as I've been here, they haven't done anything. Anyways, I'm sure that's real exciting. You can see, hear all the megaphones and see the vendors as we get into the wet market of Nha Be. This is where I go to get all my food, or I should say where my girlfriend goes to get all our food. But I come down here occasionally. I do have to drive this direction to go to work, so I am familiar with this area. I actually don't have to drive down this street specifically, but I could if I wanted to. Got all your meats, got some chickens or roosters on the road. This is the gas station I always go to get gas. It's the most local one to my house. So, life's been a little busy lately. I've been back at work now for 3 weeks, quite possibly 4, I'm not sure. When I go to work, I have to be there at 7 in the morning, so that means I get up at 6. I come home for lunch for 2 hours, and I'll spend that time, I'll respond to you guys in my comments, respond to social media, check the Discord. Oh, by the way, if you guys haven't joined the Discord yet, if you want to, go and hop in. Sometimes we'll get a little conversation going. We'll talk about some games or what's going on in Saigon or traveling. Anyhow, or I'll do some editing, some caption writing, and then I'll go back to work. I'll get home from work about 5 o'clock, and then I will hang out with the girlfriend, have dinner, and then we'll maybe watch some TV later in the evening. But until that time, I'm usually working on YouTube, writing captions or doing editing or responding to comments. Been quite busy lately. Today's Saturday, so tonight I'm gonna go out and hang with the boys. We're gonna have a few beers down in District 1. When I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna start live streaming our Saturday night get-togethers. So I have a little tripod, which I went and bought today, which I did do on video. But I have a little tripod. I'm gonna hook that up to my phone once I get a phone. I don't know if you guys have been following me. For those of you that have not, I broke my phone, so I don't have one. So I'm gonna hook my GoPro up to the phone, and I'm gonna live stream our little get-togethers. And the people that I usually sit and drink with, they're cool with it. So if you guys wanna check that out, but I can't do it till I get to 1,000 subscribers. So as far as I know, I may be wrong. But either way, when I get to 1,000 subscribers, that's what I'm gonna do. And then you guys can tune in. It's usually a 3 or 4 hour get together. It's all in English. Maybe a little bit of Vietnamese. If some of the girlfriends come by, you might hear some of the girlfriends talking to each other in Vietnamese. But it's a good way to join in on the conversation and ask questions and give us subjects to talk about and watch us slowly get more and more intoxicated. I'm not much of a drinker, but I do go out and I drink a few on Saturday night. I'll have anywhere between 6 and 9, depending on my mood. If I get up there on the upward side of 9, I feel so sorry for my poor girlfriend. That's when I start wanting to sing and dance, and my really flat personality turns a little bit more lively. You guys see that megaphone? That's where that noise is coming from. So as I was rambling there, that was the fresh market. We got these, so loud everywhere, isn't it? So that was the Bac Qua Son, which is the major grocery outlet chain here in Vietnam. It's the one I go to the most. You get pretty good prices. I'm just gonna cruise along the side here and go slow. This is my old neighborhood. In fact, while I'm out here, I'll show you guys where I did the Ruese video, where I went and got my oil change. The expat takes his bike in for an oil change and a car wash. That's gonna be up here on the right. I'll show you guys that. If you guys haven't seen that video and that interests you, go ahead and check it out. It's up to you. Well, there's the Bac Qua Son. This one's a little quieter. That's what I was talking about. That's the grocery outlet. Hopefully you guys are getting it on camera. Oh, I passed the Ruese. So it was back there on the right somewhere, so I just passed by. So this apartment complex right here, this is a Hoang An Gold House. I lived here for 10 months. If you guys haven't seen my video about why I had to move, you can check that out. It's kind of a rambling on. I sit there, it's not much to look at, but if you guys want an interesting story, go ahead and check that out. But I lived in this apartment complex for 10 months. And I was paying $8.5 million for a 111 square meter, 2-bedroom apartment. It was huge. It was very cheap and very big. And you know, I kind of miss the space a lot, but as you can see, this building's a lot older. The neighborhood's a little noisier. There's a lot more people around. As you can see, all these people out and about. So the area I live out now, obviously, is much quieter. It's a lot more modern. The windows closed so I could hold in the AC. At these apartments, if you look, I don't know how well the camera's picking it up, but if you look at these windows, they don't close, they don't seal, you know. PG&E hasn't come out here and sealed the place, so you lose a lot of electricity if you're running AC. And by the way, this river right here stinks. Like, it smells bad. The A building that I just passed actually has a lower, I should say, I got my terms mixed up, has a higher vacancy rate than B block because of the way that river smells. This is the B block, and this is where I used to live. I used to live in B4 on the 15th floor. Hopefully I'm pointing my camera. I talk good. Hopefully I'm pointing my camera at the construction right here ahead of me. They've been constructing that for as long as I lived in Huang An Gold House, as long as I can remember. So that hasn't been going anywhere. They have some scaffolding around it, some green netting and all that. Kind of looks like they're doing something, but they're not. There's a lot of construction projects that are just kind of dead. This street right here, I used to drive down this all the time on my way home when I lived in Huang An. This is kind of like the backdoor access. So I'll speed up through here and get down on the main road. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to show you guys a little bit more of a deeper than Nha Be. Vietnamese is hard. So I'm going to cut the camera here, and when I get past Huang An Gold House, I'll turn back on. All right, we're back. So I'm leaving Huang An Gold House, and I was thinking, holy shit, what is this, a charging station? What the hell is this? VinFast Green Station. So they got electric car charging stations now. I've never seen these before. In Vietnam anyways, or in parts of Vietnam that I live in. I may just sound like a total jackass, like we don't have technology here. But these weren't here the last time I was through here. So that's pretty neat. All right, so back out onto the main drag of Nha Be. Tones are hard. So this is the main Fresh Market Street, and I'm gonna go all the way down the street, and I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of a bridge. As you see, this part of Ho Chi Minh City is on the outskirts. So look at the buildings here. You can actually see the skyline. When you get deeper into Ho Chi Minh City, you won't be able to. The buildings will get taller. On my next moto vlog, I'll do Phu My Hung and District 7. So I'm gonna slowly go deeper and deeper, district by district, on these moto vlogs. So hopefully you guys have been enjoying my videos. You guys have been commenting. My subscribers have been growing. I really appreciate that. I am 340 away from 1,000 subscribers now. I'm super excited. Can't wait to hit 1,000 subscribers. That's a huge milestone for my channel. That means I can finally monetize it. I know they've been showing ads on my videos. So at 1,000 subscribers, I can get monetized, and Google will share some of the ad revenue with me. And that's just gonna be awesome. So I'm gonna save that up. I'm gonna buy myself some new camera equipment. I'm gonna have myself some traveling money so I can travel around and show you guys some more parts of Vietnam. I can do some weekend traveling, but I think I'm gonna do most of the traveling during the summer. I'm not sure what my plans are as of yet. I have to think about my girlfriend and whether or not she wants to travel with me. But ideally, what I'd like to do is just hop on my bike and just go for 1 month or 2 months and just see wherever the arrow points. And just go wherever my bike takes me and take you guys along for the journey. I want to see a lot of the countryside, a lot of the rural areas of Vietnam. And of course, I want to see some of the other big cities. I showed you guys Can Tho already, My Tho, I don't know if I'm saying it right, already. And those are kind of big cities. Can Tho is a little bigger than My Tho. So I showed you guys that. I want to see Da Nang, Nha Trang. I've been to Da Lat before, but I did not take you guys along with me, unfortunately. But I did record a lot of it. I just don't know where the footage went to. I think it was on my laptop, and I had to reset my laptop. I did a complete wipe. I may have caught a virus or a malware, and I lost the footage. So that sucks. But that's okay. Plenty of opportunities to shoot more footage, and I'll head out to Da Lat again. As you can see, this part of Ho Chi Minh City, while there's a fair bit of traffic, it's not as built up. This is technically the outskirts, but this is the up and coming area of Ho Chi Minh City. Ho Chi Minh City is slowly leaking further and further out into this area. If I would have went a different direction, I could have showed you guys the brand new bridge. Maybe I can turn here soon and take that way back and show you guys the new bridge they just built this last year. A huge bridge bypassing an old metal rickety bridge that's been standing for years. They came in and bulldozed the houses and made a big old overpass. Very nice, really sped things along. So the population is starting to pour into this side of the city a little bit. When I had to get my COVID shot, this is where I had to go. Had to go way out here, just a bit further. You'll see a lot of dogs in Vietnam. Even with all this traffic, they just let their dogs come outside and run around. All those stories about people getting their dogs stolen, I'm not sure if that really happens in this part of Vietnam. There's another dog just here. I'm not sure it really happens because people wouldn't let their dogs out, and man, there's dogs everywhere. So they're not getting snatched here. So maybe those rumors come from different parts of Vietnam. Smell garbage a little bit. Looks like we got a little bit of a traffic jam here. At some point up here, I'm going to make a right-hand turn and see if I can go down into the Phuc Lop area of Nha Be and show you guys that new bridge. The way districts work in Ho Chi Minh City, and I'll probably assume most cities, is you'll have your different districts. The Tan Pho, or the city, is Ho Chi Minh, so that's the province. In America, that would be like the state of California. So this is like the state of Ho Chi Minh, so Ho Chi Minh City. Ho Chi Minh City is considered its own province. Then the city, or the province, is divided into different districts. District 1, 2, 3, etc. I'm in District Nha Be. And then every part of the district has different subdivisions too. Where I live in Phuc Kinh, Nha Be, I'm gonna drive to Phuc Lop, Nha Be, so that's the area of the district. So when you mail stuff or you have an address, you mail to the state or the city, which is Ho Chi Minh. You mail to the district, which for me is Nha Be, and then to the area, the quarter would be, I don't know, would be the right word, which is Phuc Kinh. So I don't know if that was interesting. There's a school up here on the right somewhere. I may have passed it during my rambling. But during the COVID lockdown, that's where we all had to go to get our vaccinations. Actually, I may have passed it. When I ramble, I really don't pay attention to where I'm driving. I'm halfway aware of the people around me, so I don't run into anybody. But when it comes to where I'm at, it's easy to get lost. I know I'm still in Nha Be. Oh, okay, cool. We're coming up on this little bridge. This is another example of the kind of bridge they bypassed when they made that big overpass, which I haven't shown you guys yet. This is a metal rickety bridge, and this bridge actually collapsed, I think 5 or 6 years ago. I'm not sure. One of the people at my job was telling me about this. Very rickety, very loud. I don't know if you guys can hear how loud it is. Point the camera down so you guys can get a good view of it. Yeah, so this is what I'm driving over, but we're all driving over. Eventually the government will get out here and build a nice bridge. But like I said, this is the up and coming area of Ho Chi Minh. So they are starting to get out here, they are starting to fix things up. And soon, I'm gonna say within the next 5 years or so, I think this is gonna be a pretty bustling area of Nha Be. I'm not a real estate speculator, but I would say if you wanted to buy some land that was gonna increase in value, I would think that this would be the area to do it. Maybe in 10 years or less, the value of that land would go up. I'm not sure. I know I like living out here a lot. I live in a very nice apartment. If I would have lived in the same kind of apartment in District 1 or District 3 or 2, I would be paying close to 20 million a month. But instead I pay 11 million plus various expenses. Comes out to about 13.5 to 14 million total. But the same one would come out to 22, 23 million if you wanted to get that in District 2 or an apartment that nice. So I like living out here. It's a lot quieter too. The people are a lot more friendly. They're friendly everywhere. I take that back. I just like being here. Just trying to upsell this area. Move here. It's a very classic rural looking area right there. Sun's starting to go down a little bit. So as I was rambling on about, been really busy lately. Don't really have much time to be a gamer, but I'm still gonna call myself gamer abroad. I do end up playing some Magic the Gathering sometimes. I play some Tower Defense, Legion Tower Defense 2, which I saw in the Vietnam subreddit, which was an advertisement, and it got hundreds of upvotes. I was like, what the heck is this advertisement getting so many upvotes for? So I went and checked out the game. And sure enough, I was like, wow, this game's only 140K, and this game actually looks really good. So I bought that. So every now and then I get a couple games of those going. And I played some ranked games after watching some how-to videos. I made it up to platinum, but then I started sucking a lot, and then I got bumped back down to gold. So I'm sitting in gold league right now. I get a few of those games in every now and then, but I've been really busy. This is Saturday. Tonight's my night where I can go out and hang out with the boys. I can speak some English like I'm speaking now. Usually I go through my whole week and I can't speak English like this. I have to use a slower version of English with simpler words. I gotta keep my vocabulary in check. So it's nice to be able to come out and talk fluently English with other expats, other Americans, other Canadians, South Africans, New Zealanders. There's a lot of people that come out. Like I said, when I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to live stream those and show those to you guys. I don't know if I will publish the videos, but you guys will be able to join me on live stream and ask questions. I might save that for a Patreon type thing, to where I stream it live on YouTube and then I put it on Patreon and just let them sit there and charge $1 a month or whatever it is. I don't know how Patreon works. I'm not quite sure how people make money off of YouTube. I started doing this for fun, and I started realizing I really enjoy doing it. And I started getting a lot of really good encouragement from you guys, so I just kept doing it. Now this street that I'm driving on, I haven't said anything about yet. I used to drive down this street a lot when I'd go out to work, and it floods all the time. This is actually a mild flooding right now, but this street is heavily avoided now because of the flooding. They have a lot of rice paddies to the side, and when it starts raining, the water builds up in the rice paddies and has nowhere to go. The drainage system, if it exists at all, which I'm not sure it does, is clogged up. Something wrong with it. This guy probably waterlogged. If you get deep enough and you get water into the engine of your bike, it will shut down your bike, so you've got to be careful. I've driven down the street a few times. I helped a lady who waterlogged her bike and she had to kickstart it. So I've seen a lot of people having to pull over. Fortunately for me, my bike's a little more modern. I think it has a little bit more protection around the engine. I've gone pretty deep in this water and haven't got waterlogged. I'm not sure if that's the right term, but I haven't stalled my engine. I've had my engine start steaming as the water hit it, but my engine's never stalled out. And I've gone foot deep in this water before. I try not to splash people. The streets here in Ho Chi Minh City will flood. Not often, but sometimes, because a lot of the food vendors and stuff, they'll come and pour their grease and their whatnots down into the drainage system, and eventually it'll pile up and it'll clog. And then it'll rain and the rainwater will have nowhere to go. So sometimes it floods. So I have a lot of experience driving through pretty deep water. It's not a big deal. I've never lived in big cities like New York or San Francisco or Los Angeles, and I'm pretty sure stuff like that happens there. I'm from a small country town, population 12,000. So I've never lived in a big metropolitan area like that. So I think a lot of the problems that I mentioned in Ho Chi Minh City are just common to big metropolitan cities. This is the 37th largest city in the world by population, at 9 to 12 million, depending on how far out you count the population. Like, I'm not sure if the population out here on Nha Be counts. But as you can see, I'll slow down. I'm driving pretty slow. Let me check. About 30 kilometers per hour to give you guys a nice little view. This is a very rural area, but I'm within 10 minutes of Ho Chi Minh City, 20 minutes from District 1. So this is the literal outskirts of Ho Chi Minh City. One time I had to go out on a work assignment when I used to work in District 5, and they sent me out here just for a one-day thing, and I thought I was just going out into the jungle, into the Badlands. It was complete. I had never been this far into Vietnam before outside of Ho Chi Minh City. So this was it was quite pleasant that day to come out here and see this for the first time. But now I'm used to it. I've seen all this before. This is actually how I want to retire. I'm 39 years old right now. I'm hoping by the time I'm 59, I want to live out in the countryside of Vietnam and have my own little property. As long as I have good internet and I can play my games, I'll be happy. So quiet and peaceful out places like this. I'm pretty deep right now. Oh, I just went foot deep. You want to slow down by other drivers so you don't splash their feet. Oh, that's why I was talking about the flooding. So when you're driving through the flooding areas, you got to be careful of where other people are. You don't want to be a complete asshole and just whip by somebody, because your car or your bike will blow water everywhere. Everybody just kind of gets in a nice little line and drives behind each other. That way everybody can stay dry. If it's deep enough, we'll lift our feet up and put it like this. I don't know if you guys can see. To keep our feet dry. Common courtesy is a big thing when you live in such a close quartered community like this. So now we're in PhucIen, or not, no, I'm sorry, ha, I just said that wrong. Now we're in Phuc Loc, Nha Be. And I'm gonna hang a right up here and I'm gonna show you guys a new bridge. And they just built that bridge about a year ago. So to me, it's proof that Ho Chi Minh City is spilling out further into Nha Be. Get my bearings so I know where I'm at. I know exactly where I'm at, no worries. So what do you guys think about this little area? This is the province of Ho Chi Minh City. This is the city of Ho Chi Minh. This is just the outskirts. Let me know in the comments what you think. You guys would rather live in the area of the skyscrapers, the concrete jungle, where you can't see the sky at night, where there's light pollution and you can't see the stars, or would you rather live into a rural area like this? Personally, I enjoy this better. And if I want to go to the nightlife of Ho Chi Minh City, which like I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to go to District 1, I'm going to go to Saigon. I'm going to see all my expat friends. It's only 20 minutes away by bike. It's not that far. So personally, I highly recommend, if you're going to come live in Ho Chi Minh City, why spend so much money? You guys will see in an upcoming video, my friend Andrew, who you've seen in previous videos, he's going to spend $8 million on an apartment that's just the size of my bedroom, essentially. And I pay $3 million more. And he's got to pay electricity, he's got to pay bike parking if he had a bike, but he's got to pay internet, he's got to pay all the same stuff I got to do. And he's just saving $3 million just to live in District 1. And it's an old building. So why not just live 20 minutes outside of that and live in somewhere nice? And if you want to live in a room like that, you can rent a room here and you can get it for $4 million or $5 million. You can be in the quiet neighborhoods, you can still have all the same amenities. The internet out here is absolutely great, especially if you live in my building. You got all the grocery stores, you got the wet markets, you got the quiet. You don't have the loud karaoke, you don't have the loud nightclubs, etc. But to each its own. Like I said, let me know in the comments what you guys would rather like. When I first got here, I lived in District 1, then District 7. And eventually, I started moving further and further out. And funnily enough, I started paying more and more rent as I moved further and further out, but my living conditions increased more and more. So I would pay a few million more a month, but I would double the conditions that I lived in. The quality. This is a pretty big wet market in the morning, this little corner right here. I think a Bakwa Sun just moved in, which is a grocery outlet. Yep, it's here on the right. So this used to be a pretty bustling, and probably still is bustling, wet market. So you know how those corporations are. It's like the Walmart, bustling wet market. Nope, we're gonna come in and put ourselves right in the middle of it. But I shop at Back West on, so I can't be a hypocrite. So now we are coming up on the bridge, which I've spent the whole video off and on rambling about. So this used to be an old rickety bridge, just like the one we went on 10 minutes ago. And now we got this nice big highway overpass going over the water. And you can actually pick up some really good speed here. So isn't this nice? And you get a nice view of all the buildings. You can't see where I live, I don't think. But you can see where I used to live, at Wang An Gold House. You can see the old apartment complex that I started the video by, that they hadn't been building for years. Not my complex. I think it's a good time to pull over and check my battery real quick. Been going on for a bit. These GoPros have run hot, like I've told you guys before in previous motor vlogs. Well, holy crap, guys. I've been rambling on for 30 minutes. You guys think I should edit some of that up? You know, what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna edit any of it. All the quiet moments. Actually, I gotta edit the Wang An Gold House part, huh? Well, besides that moment, I'm not gonna edit any of it. So tell me what you guys think. I try to keep my moto vlogs unedited and I just ramble on. If that's what you guys like, that's what I'll continue to do. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed my tour of Nha Be. I'm gonna keep going up here, so don't leave yet. I'm gonna keep going until we get back up to the Market Street. But I really appreciate your guys' support. Oh, that guy was just leaning on his horn, wasn't he? The buses even coming out here now. A year ago, the buses didn't come out here. Now they do. So that shows more that this is the up and coming area of Ho Chi Minh City. As I was saying, I really appreciate all your guys' support. My subscribers has grown about 350 since my last moto vlog. And that was a month ago. No, a month ago, about 250. I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for the encouragement and support. Thank you for all your likes, your comments, your kind words. Thank you for all your corrections. Thank you to all the trolls. Thank you to everybody, good and bad, who have commented on my videos. Hopefully you guys will continue to enjoy my content. Shout out to my friend Andrew for helping me out in a lot of my videos. You guys will see more of him in the future. Shout out to my friends and family back home in America and California. My friends in Nevada, my brother in Nevada, my good friend, who I will just call my brother also, Walter in Nevada. Love you guys, miss you guys. But these YouTube videos that I used to make are no longer just for you. Now it's for everybody. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I love you guys. Thank you guys for your encouragement. I hope you guys stay awesome. As a bonus footage, in case you guys have never seen a gas station in Vietnam, I've done it before on one of my moto vlogs previously. I know you guys can't watch all my content. You know, who's got time for that? Everybody's got lives, right? I'll show you guys what a gas station looks like in Vietnam. They don't have self-service here. All service, no matter car or motorbike, is full service. They will do it for you. David. Đúng rồi. Come on. Come on. So what I just told them is full. That's what that means. The kids are trying to sell me lottery tickets. Which I bought a bunch of times. I've never won anything. So 75,000, that's about $3 USD. Come on. So if you guys haven't seen any of my other motor vlogs and don't know what a gas station looks like, there's some bonus footage for you. All gas stations are like this. I've never seen a gas station in Vietnam where you did self-service. It's all full service. And it's cash only too. I've never seen a gas station that accepted cards. All right, guys. If you guys didn't catch my stay awesome earlier, I'll say it now. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. Stay awesome.